We are proud individuals living for the city.
According to physics, the magnitude of impact is dependent on the space colliding objects take up. According to the statement, lice is a phenomenon with zero impact. But if you're a teacher, then your experiences have brought you enough evidence to believe that the statement is false and that chaos begins with just one unnoticed head of lice in the classroom. This poem is not about physics or lice, but when you are trying to teach children that small equals no impact, remember lice. I once knew a child who loved to sit on the floor instead of his chair, and when I asked him why, he told me that someone's got to build bridges for ants and that it was nice to feel like a giant for a change. He told me that if he held his palms out in front of him and reached for the skies, that they just don't look as big and that up there no one needs his help. Even birds can fly. Every time he reached up, he was reminded of arm's length, a limiting factor at the age of 5. He understood differing perspective and went on explaining how the sun was really starting to confuse him because sometimes he could look at it just fine, but other times looking up really hurt. I told him that we call such things mixed signals and that he'd be getting a lot more of those as he grew older, so brace yourself. When he asked me what the difference between living and life was, I said that living is a space you fill every time your lungs draw a breath in, and that life is the space that draws your breaths back out from your lungs, and that this was the true meaning of justice. He asked me, what did you do when the spaces in your lungs didn't feel like your own? Like the air you breathe is borrowed and your chest was occupied, holding in more than you could ever breathe out. Like chaos claimed its territory inside of you and solitude was an unwelcome guest. I said, believe with all your heart that you have a space. Write your stories down and keep them for a day that people will want to listen. A space that loves your voice no matter how small it is. And fill that space with your voice. Then draw sunsets on your palms and wash them away with every day that passes. Teach the world how to let go, because sometimes filling spaces means emptying out others, and you don't always have to strive to fill. Like life and living, one takes while the other is giving. Give people empty spaces and silence moments, because memories speak more than thousands of languages ever will. Maybe then they will listen. Hope is not that monster under your bed, not even the one in your closet. It's okay to come out. Let me be your space. Together we can find it no matter how crowded it gets. And remember that your voice is as big as your palms when they build bridges for ants, and as swift as a breeze of air that passes through your fingers as you walk this journey. And those who don't listen are way too far beneath you, far from understanding your greatness. You need to find their ground first if you want them to listen. Thank you.
Keep it going for Miss Sara Al Souqi.
But the right,
How are we on time?